everyone, it's Quenchers here today, and I just want to share with you what I like to play, my loadouts I like to use when I play Helldivers 2 on the bot side, as well as the Illuminate. Of course, you can't play against the Illuminate now, but hey-ho, I'll show you either way. So first off, we'll have my primary weapon, which is the Scorcher. I love this gun, it sounds great. You can fire it like one shot at a time, or auto, so semi-auto or automatic, and it just blows up whatever you're shooting at, and it just feels great. The noises feel great, and I just wish there was a skin to make it like darker, black, and shoot red lasers. Full on Star Wars. But then the secondary is the Senator. It's actually came in quite handy when I'm like, oh, I've run out of my main weapon. I switched to my Senator, and I usually just like one shot, things, after I've just laid in with my Scorcher. But of course, if you're surrounded, you want to make sure you back up and or use grenades and stuff. So speaking of which, and plus this pistol just has really good like armor penetration and stuff. It can go through heavy armor, and it just feels like, wow, chef kiss, love it. And then next up we have the impact grenades. I really like these mainly because it's impact grenades, and it just gives you a quick sort of, feedback. Impact. Yes, that thing is now in bits. It will not attack me anymore, and it's all good. And it's great for bots and crowds and stuff, which I used attacking bots and the Illuminate. It seems to really work really well, and I just really like them. Like, I've used the what do you call them? The flamer kind of grenades, the impact grenades and stuff, and it's like, you see them set on fire and then they just fall over. Whereas with the impact grenades, they get blown to bits, and that's more satisfying for me. And then I usually use heavy armor because the bots shoot at you, so you need some armor to deflect a few things, and it makes you live longer basically. And it's all about survivability because I like to be I like to live for as long as I can as a little character. I'm like, come on, little guy, you can do it, and usually I do. I usually survive really well because of my stratagems and the armors I choose. So this armor, this heavy armor for like bots and Illuminates have, resistance to explosives. I feel like with the bots especially, you're always getting shot with explosives, so having 50% resistance to explosive damage comes in handy. You're gonna live longer and stuff. I just wish it was a 50% resistance to explosive and impact damage. That would be nice, to be honest. Mainly just because, if you're resistant to explosive, surely you a bit resistant to hitting things on the ground. But no. And you get some good sort of recoil when crouching or prone, which is pretty nice because you can get blown over and then you're just lying on the floor, aren't you now? So I think your aim tightens when you're on the floor. So yeah, that's good to know. Or you can go for the the increased the engineer kit. So before that was called the fortified, and then or you can go with the engineering kit, which just has more grenades. I usually use sort of armors, heavy armors with this when it's more like a blow everything up kind of thing with a whole bunch of explosive stratagems and stuff. But we all know that now, as well as the laser, orbital laser. But the things I just like to use all the time, mainly on like long missions that are like half an hour long. I use the supply pack to keep all my ammo and my stims and my grenades all stocked up and stuff. It seems to work really well. I heard there's a little bit of an issue right now with it, which is quite surprising, that it doesn't give teammates sort of ammo and stuff. But mainly like if sometimes I get separated from my group when like big sort of many enemies just come up and just like start taking everyone down. I'm like, oh crap, gotta run away because everyone else just goes all different opposite directions. So it's like, yeah, I need to make sure I can keep my stimming myself and stuff like that. And if I come across anyone that needs ammo or anything, I could just pop them some of that. And then I use my handy machine gun turret. It's either this or the Gatling Sentry. I prefer this because the cool time is less, basically, and it does the same thing, just it's a bit slower, that's all. But it seems to just get rid of all, things that are shooting me. If I just throw it off to my like left, get it behind some like cover to shoot the enemies that aren't in cover, and it's a flanking maneuvers, basically. Flanking. I use that flank. And it just takes them all down whilst I shoot him head on. And it seems really well. Now, the big enemies, we're going to be using the Quasar cannon. Mainly, it does it. It takes down the towering Illuminate sort of tripods, whatever that you call them. You just need to shoot him in a specific spot, like on the leg, to take the leg off. So it's like the connection from the torso to the leg. You need to shoot that little bit in between them, and that seems to take him down really efficiently. Not aim for the head or anything, just aim for that little bit of metal that's holding the leg on, and it takes it down really easily. I've done it quite a few times. I wish I had footage to prove that. You'll have to take my word for it. And then the last stratagem I like using is the Orbital Precision Strike. It's just for like taking down big structures and stuff. It does take a while to like, come back and stuff, but it's not as long as like everything else. People probably use the, what do you call it? The little Falcon. I can't remember what you call it. I haven't used it in that long. I don't know what you call it. The little ship you get that comes in with the, a 500k bomb and stuff like that. The name escapes me right now. But yeah, I like to use the Orbital Precision Strike. And that sort of does it. I'm like, I've got all this equipment. I feel like a one-man army. And when I'm with my group, we're all invincible and we run out of enemies to kill. Especially the big guys and stuff. So yeah, this is what I kind of like to use for the bots and the Illuminates. I really enjoy sort of this kind of thing. I see myself surviving for quite a while, and also, clearing out places really easily with the Precision Strike or the Quasar Cannon and stuff like that. It just feels right. So like for the Illuminate, I'm pretty sure I use the Scorcher just to take off like the shields off the little bases, and then I'll just use the Quasar Cannon, sort of aiming it at the little open door, or throw a grenade in, whichever you want really, and that seems to take them out really quickly. I usually throw a grenade at the Tesla towers that the Illuminate have, or just fire on it with a Quasar Cannon. That seems to do it for me, I think. But yeah, that's so that's sort of the loadout I like to run around with all the time. It feels right, and I've got this sort of looking like engineer, mechanic kind of dude, and I quite like it. It looks pretty cool. I'm really enjoying looking back at sort of my sort of what loadouts I used to use and stuff, and then coming up with this, and like really like this. Of course, you can always replace the Quasar Cannon with the another explosive kind of weapon, maybe the Commando and stuff. But I like the Quasar Cannon. I think it sticks around with you for longer, and it's not like the railway what do you call it, the railway rifle? I don't think it's the railway rifle, but that rifle anyway that shoots one projectile and stuff like that, and then you have to reload it. I do like that, but I've been using it. Used to use it a lot, but then I thought, I'll just use the Quasar Cannon. It's just like aiming it and then shot it, and you're guaranteed sort of the kill. Whereas when I'm using the railway rifle, sometimes, even though like I'm a pretty good shot because I've used it so much, I still somehow miss, and I'm like, why did I miss that? How did that miss? The head of a big robot or anything like that. Whereas the Quasar Cannon just blows it up, and then it's out my hair. Yeah. So yeah, I I really enjoy this loadout, and that's the loadout I've been using for the robots and the Illuminate. So yeah, that's all from me. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, and let me know your loadouts down below. I want to know more and what you're going with. I really enjoy sort of using different things and stuff. So yeah, please let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.